you can stake it into the ground, so it won't like fly away or something if it's kind of windy. And there's also a lightning rod, which it won't get like struck down.
So when you put it up on the hill.
Yeah.
Okay, and then inside the tent, there's a bed, and it's an inflatable bed, and there's a pump that, first it's just a little pouch, and you inflate it using a pump, and you can also deflate it using the pump as a vacuum, and on top of it, there's a sleeping bag and it's obviously insulated, so you can stay warm. So as the tent is also used as a backpack, it can unfold into a tent with the bed inside.
Okay, so pretty much what the tent's main purpose is the material. It has in the lining solar panels to collect solar energy and store it for when it gets dark outside. And the tent has sensors that when less heat is coming towards the tent, it turns on the lights inside of the tent and it uses up that stored energy. Half of the tent is, half of the backpack is tent and the other half is storage. So it's easier to carry around everything and it's lightweight. And it seals against bugs so that bugs won't be able to crawl in.
Or homeless people won't get West Nile.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's puncture proof, so if you try to stab it or whatever, or if anything were to happen, like anything sharp were to hit it, then it wouldn't pop. And so when the solar energy goes in, it is pretty much the main energy source for everything. And once you press the button, it will turn on, and you can use whatever you need for the energy.
All right. So inside the storage part of the tent, the 50% storage, it comes with a few things. One of them is a hot plate to heat up food that you may have accumulated somehow, and another one is a cell phone that you get. This can only call 911, but it can receive text via that would be like your mail. It would be food info where you get food for the night, like if restaurants have some left over. It would be info about severe weather warnings where you can go to get shelter. It can be job info, so if you want to get a job, it texts you the info. And it also comes with a water canteen that folds up, and when you can fill it with water, so obviously it can't fold up when there's water in there, but it would filter the water that you put in there so it's drinkable.
So the same pump that Sophia talked about that was used to inflate and deflate the tent is also used with fans to cool the tent. So there would be fans inside of the tent, and the pump outside the tent would take in the outside air, and it would be thermostat controlled inside, so you can make it colder or hotter.
So we also have backup energy in the form of a nuclear battery that permits low radiation and it doesn't explode. And so, if one of our energy sources fails, we can use that as a backup to power our AC and our heating and our hot plate and stuff like that.
So basically, our home provides shelter, heat, cooling. You can brush your teeth in it with the water, and it comes with a toothbrush. You can store your belongings in it. You have a phone that you can receive all your mail to. You can call 911 with it, and you can basically get safety information like food and.
If there's a storm coming, take shelter.
Take shelter.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
take
your
shelter in
tent's
this,
not gonna
go to this
blast
place
it.
to take shelter.
Yeah. You have water, and you have a way of getting food. It would be very useful for homeless people because it has everything you need to survive.
Good job, guys. Very nice.
Did we do awesome?
You did a great job presenting. Your communication skills are fantastic. I have a couple questions. How much do you think this tent's going to cost?
I think this is some pretty expensive material.
But
We also we don't use many things, one thing with many different purposes, so you don't have to spend money on many different
It would cost about $100 without the nuclear battery.
About the nuclear about.
That would be
Battery.
That's
just a backup, you know?
Yeah, it's about, the nuclear battery adds about like $50,000 in there, so.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
well, it doesn't have to be very much. It would be a relatively small one since we don't need
because
very
it's
much.
nuclear and it's
Yeah.
just tons and tons of energy.
It's a lot of energy, we wouldn't need a very big one.
Oh, also the lamps are LEDs.
LEDs, so they're gonna be efficient and you're gonna use your energy wisely.
For like the next
Yes.
5 years if you keep them on continuously.
Yeah.
They'll run for 50,000 hours, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so did y'all think about how you're going to pay for this at all, to get it for them?
Well,
The
From
government-
grants from the government.
taxes.
They
Different
try to help
donations.
already from homeless people. They try to help, you
Maybe
know,
we
cause
could-
it, but also we get other donations from
Oh
the
yeah,
government.
we were also thinking about like families who actually have homes, they can donate like $5 because even a couple dollars per family can make a big difference.
Okay, so you're gonna try and persuade existing sources of revenue to give you money to do this, and then you're gonna go raise funds on your own to help with whatever you can't go with. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. That's, it sounds like y'all said most of the needs, you kind of summed up all the needs you felt y'all were addressing, right? And you wanna give them
Yes.
safety, you wanna give them warmth, place to eat, place to prepare their food. Yeah, good job, guys. Anything else y'all wanna add, or any other?
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
we were
the cell
gonna,
phone.
we were gonna
Cell
say
phones
like
have IDs, so if you have an ID card 246, then if you were gonna get your food, you'd say I'm number 246, so you can't get food 8 times that day.
Yeah,
And it's how you would get information on your cell phone for 246.
and it's also
Also-
used because we don't want to give more than one person, or one person more than one pack, because that'd be too expensive. So they'll also keep track with their number that way.
yes. Also, they have for the bathing and other needs to stay sanitary, they can go on a separate building, such as homeless shelters,
Public restrooms.
public.
So so hygiene is a need, but it's one that y'all don't necessarily wanna try and tackle with this. that
Yes,
there's
we
other
don't
ways
want
that
to
they already
try
do
to
it.
incorporate something into.
Because they can get it other
it would get,
places.
yeah. So,
That's
certain parts could be removed to not necessarily make it quite as comfortable, but still livable. It's still more comfortable than being outside sleeping in the
Sleeping
park.
on hard concrete
Yeah.
floor or whatever, yeah.
Or the bench.